I am Mrs.K.Pushpanayaki, Associate Professor of Statistics, Department of Statistics, A.D.M College for Women, Autonomous, Nagapattinam. Now I am going to take index number. Introduction. Index number deals with average of changes in a group of related variables that may relate to periods of time or between places. Generally, the changes are studied in respect of time rather than the place. If we possess rupees 10, we can purchase goods or services worth rupees 10, but it is not always the same because purchasing power of money, that is the value of money, changes now and then. These changes can be measured by using index number. Next, an index number is a number which is used to measure the level of a certain event as compared to the level of the same event at some standard period. If we want to compare the price level of 2019 with what it was in 2017, we may have to look into a group of variables, that is price of rice, wheat, vegetables, clothes, rent, oil, etc. We want to one figure to indicate the price changes of different commodities as a whole. This is called index number. Definition according to Tuttle says that index number is a single ratio, that is usually in percentage, which measures the combined, that is average changes of several variables between two different times, places or situations. According to Spiegel, an index number is a statistical measure designed to show the changes in a variable or a group of related variable with respect to time, geographical location or other characteristics, that is income, expenditure, etc. Next, uses of index number. Number one, index number provides scope for comparison. So, two sets of data of index number, that is the people living in two different places, we can calculate index number based on which we can compare one group with another. Number two, the index numbers are economic barometer. Ordinary barometer is used to measure atmospheric pressure and weather condition. Like in index number, that is industrial production, agriculture production and economic condition, based on which we can calculate index number that tells what direction the economy of a country is moving can be calculated. Therefore, index number are called economic barometer. Next, index numbers serve as guides. That is, it is very useful to economists, businessmen and government to take the proper planning for the future. Therefore, index number serve as guides. Next, they are the pulse of the economy. The index number tells what direction the economy of a country is moving, whether it goes on increasing direction or decreasing direction or stagnate. Based on the index number, we can predict the economy of the country, the direction. Therefore, the index number are called pulse of the economy. Next, they are called wage adjuster because the price change, according to the price changes, the wages of the employee revised, the dearness allowance is revised. Therefore, index number are called wage adjuster. Next, they compare the standard of living of the people. So, cost of living, based on the cost of living index number, we can compare one set of group of people with another set of people, what their standard is. Next, the help in formulating policies. It is useful to economists, businessmen and the government to form a new policy for the future. They measure the purchasing power of money. Purchasing power of money is nothing but 100 divided by price index number. Next, the help to calculate real wages. Real wages is nothing but money wages divided by cost of living index number into 100. Next, they help to measure the relative changes. One period of value, that is index number, can be compared with another period. That tells us what is the relative changes taken place with compared to one year with another. Next, Types of index number. We are having three types of index number. One is price index number, another is quantity index number, number third value index number. Under the price index number, we are having two types. One is wholesale price index number, another is retail price index number. Suppose we want to measure what changes taken place in the commodity based on the wholesale price, we have to collect the wholesale price and calculate the index number. Suppose we want to study the commodity of retail price, so we collect the retail prices of the commodity and calculate the index number that tells what is the changes taken place in the retail price of the commodity. Next, quantity index number. Quantity index number study the changes in the volume of goods produced or consumed. For instance, industrial production, agricultural production, import, export, etc. These are calculated based on quantity index number. Next one is value index number. These index numbers compare the total value of certain period with the total value of the base period. The total value is equal to the price of each multiplied by the quantity. For instance, indices of profits, sales, inventories, etc. Next, we have certain steps to construct index number. First one is the purpose of or object of the index number. That is, first of all, we have to define the purpose. For example, if we want to study the value of money, then we have to construct index numbers of wholesale price. If we want to study the changes in the cost of living of workers of any place, the cost of living index number of the workers must be constructed. Therefore, it is very essential to define clearly the purpose of the index numbers, and that too beforehand. In short, it tells you what are to be done and what are not to be done. Next, selection of base period. The base period of an index number is very important, as it is used for construction of index number. The year must be recent and normal. A normal year is one which is free from economic and natural disturbance, widespread failure of rains, earthquake, war, strikes, production crisis, etc. First one is fixed base index number. The name reveals that the base year is fixed one. The price of particular year selected as a base year or treated as equal to 100. The changes in the prices of subsequent year are shown as percentage of the base year. The base is fixed in this base year. Okay. Next one, average base. Sometimes it is difficult to select an year as base through normality. Under such critical position, the average of several years is considered better. Next, third one is chain base year. In this method, the previous year is taken as the base for the current year, and the changes is calculated as percentage of that year. For example, for 1983, the base year is 1982. For 1982, the base year is 1981, so on. There is no question of normal year. Long period comparison cannot be made under this chain base method. Next is selection of commodities. We include only the important commodities which are representative of the taste, habits and custom of the people. For the purpose of finding the cost of living index number of a low income group, we have to select only those commodities which are mostly consumed by that group. Next, the price quotation. They are to be properly gathered. For consumer price index number, retail prices are necessary. For wholesale price index number, wholesale price are needed. The place where people concerned by are to be considered. The price may be collected from reliable sources. The prices of commodities or the raw materials for the construction of index numbers. The prices may be collected from the public sources or from standard commercial magazines. The collection of data, that is, the price must be representative, comparable and accurate. Next, the selection of averages. We are using two types of averages. One is arithmetic mean, another one is geometric mean. Arithmetic mean is used for easy to understand and easy calculation. Geometric mean is more preferable average because of the following reason. Number one, geometric mean is the best average to measure the relative changes. Number two, it gives less weightage bigger item and more weightage to smaller item. Number 3, it is less affected by extreme values. These are the reason that geometric mean is the more preferable average for calculating index number. Next, weighting. In case of unweighted method, all the commodities will have equal importance, but in actual practice, it may not be desirable because the item may not be equally important. The quantity purchased, the amount spent, etc. show the relative importance of different items. The decision on suitable weighting method depends on the purpose and convention. Next, the formulas, or we can say the methods. Many formulas are available. Each one has its own advantages. If for a certain situations, only one formula is suitable, there is no difficulty in using the formula. For certain other situations, more than one formula may be found suitable. In such case, the choice of the formula to be used depends upon the data available and the nature, purpose and the opinion of the experts in the field. Next, we will see what are the notations we are going to use in index number. Before Gantt, what is base year, what is current year? We will see, define now. The year selected for comparison, that is the year with which comparisons are made, is called base year. Next, the current year, the year for which comparisons are short or required, is called current year. The symbols, P0, that represent price of a commodity in the base year, P1 represent the price of a commodity in the current year, Q0 represent the quantity of a commodity in the base year, Q1 represent the quantity of commodity in the current year. Next, W represent weight assigned to a commodity, P01 equal to price index number for the current year with reference to the base year, P10 represent the price index number for the base year with reference to the current year, Q01 quantity index number for the current year with reference to the base year, and Q10 represent quantity index number for the current year with a reference to the base year. Next, we will see what are the methods available for calculating index number or constructing index number. Index number methods are majorly divided into two parts. One is unweighted method, or we can say that simple method, and another one is weighted method. Once again, each topic is subdivided. Simple aggregative method and another one is simple average of price relative method. Next, weighted method, we are having two parts like this. Weighted aggregative method, weighted average of price relative. We will see one by one what are the formulas represent. First, number 1, unweighted or simple aggregate method. Price index number P01 equal to summation P1 divided by summation P0 into 100. In this, we have to sum up the current year price and sum up the base year price. Current year price is divided by the total of base year price. Then it is multiplied by 100. That gives the unweighted or simple aggregative method value. Next, number 2, unweighted or simple average of price relative. We are having two averages. One is arithmetic mean, another is geometric mean. Using arithmetic mean, we have the formula for price index number P01 equal to summation P divided by N, where P is equal to P1 divided by P0 into 100, that is called price relative, and N represent number of items or number of commodities which we are taking for calculation. Next, number 2, using geometric mean, price index number P01 equal to antilog of summation log P divided by N, that P is nothing but price relative. That is the formula P1 by P0 into 100. Third method, weighted aggregative index number, that is, or we can say that method. Some of the important methods for constructing weighted aggregative index numbers are Laspier's method, Parcher's method and Fisher's ideal method. Number 1, Laspier's method. In this method, the base year quantity are taken as weights. Symbolically, price index number P01 equal to summation P1 Q0 divided by summation P0 Q0 into 100. Number 2, Parcher's method. In this method, the current year quantities are taken as weights. Symbolically, price index number P10 equal to summation P1 Q1 divided by P0 Q1 into 100. Next, number 3, Fisher's index number. This is nothing but geometric mean of Laspier's and Parcher's index number is called price in Fisher's index number. Symbolically, price index number P01 equal to root of summation P1 Q0 divided by summation P0 Q0 into summation P1 Q1 divided by summation P0 Q1 into 100. Number 4, weighted averages of relative method using A.M. Price index number P01 equal to summation W into P divided by summation W, where W represent weight and P represent price relative. That has the formula, that is P1 by P0 into 100. Using geometric mean, price index number P01 equal to anti-log of summation W into log P divided by summation W. Next we will see the important test of consistency of index number. Number 1, time reversal test. This is nothing but P01 into P10 equal to 1. That means we are first of all calculate base year with current year. Next one, we are changing the time period, 1 with 0 place and 0 with 1 place. That is reverse order. So when we are multiplying these two price factors, that must give 1, cancelling all the factors after omitting the factor 100 from each index number. Number 2, factor reversal test. In this we are having two factors. One is price, another is quantity. That is price index number into quantity index number. This must gives the summation P1 Q1 divided by summation P0 Q0. This is nothing but the base year value. Current year value is divided by base year value. After omitting the factor 100 from each index, only the Fisher's formula satisfying both the time and factor reversal test. Therefore, it is called ideal index number. Some other reasons for Fisher's as ideal index number. The reason are, number 1, the best average geometric mean is used for computation. It is based on the current year as well as the base year. Number 3, it conforms certain test of consistency. Number 4, the upward bias of Slaspier's index and downward bias of Parcher's index number are balanced to a great extent. Next, limitation of index number. Well, number 1, mostly they are based on the samples. We cannot take the census method because of innumerable people and their habits and fashion, etc. Only we take the sample. The sample study gives only approximate result, not the accurate result. This is one of the drawback. Number 2, even those samples could not be drawn at random. Drawn at random means we have to give equal importance for all the item in the population. It is not possible. Only we take the deliberate sample. So, deliberate sample won't accurately represent the population. This is another drawback. Number 3, comparison over long period are not reliable because certain items, commodities exist in the past is not exist in the present. Some new commodity in the market in the current year not existed in the past. Therefore, the comparison over long period are not reliable one. Many formulas are available. None suits all the purpose. Each formula is suitable for certain particular situations. Index numbers are likely to be misused. Suppose some person says that price is high and some other person says that it is normal. So, according to their views, they collect the prices and calculate the index number. That leads to the misleading answers. That's all. Thank you.